but I think it's interesting now, and I'll get your interpretation of this, because we're in a similar position now when we hit the social media era where like, and kind of like info started, like no one kind of really knows how this is going to pan out. We're all kind of like fucking around and trying to figure it out. But I can feel it's like the exact same thing now, but like a bigger opportunity with what's happening with AI, where we're trying to like figure out where is this going? What's this going to look like? How can I utilize this? And how can I get an advantage with it?
Yeah, it's the same. It's funny because like with every new iteration of Claude, just as an example now, I'm like, oh, I can implement and outsource even more in my business. And like literally yesterday, I started getting into Claude AI agents. So I'm like, oh,
dude, I'm down the rabbit hole.
Yeah, down the rabbit hole. And I'm like, I already set aside hours for tomorrow, Saturday, to just go through all of it and basically build a company brain. Because the cool thing is we have SOPs for everything. I'm half German, half Austrian, so we're super nerdy on exact structures, exact SOPs, scripts, copy paste SOPs for everything. We already treat our staff like they're robots, meaning we leave nothing up for chance. Like, this is the exact things you're doing. And I'm like, why don't we just upload all these SOP documents into Notion, connect Notion with Claude, and then have Claude take all that info and basically, respond to certain inquiries, check, quality control the output that we're giving to our clients. And I'm like, wow, this is so cool. It just saves us so much time. But it's not the time and money that it saves. It's just that it does it better. Because a human being forgets things. You can train them as well as you want. A human being will feel tired or sad because their girlfriend broke up with them. The freaking AI is just going to nonstop do the right thing 100% of the time. There's no fluctuation in there. There's no pep talks you need to make for the AI. That's what I'm most interested in, because people say, oh, you business owners, you just want to save money and whatnot. No, man. Like, I just want someone that executes everything perfectly 100% of the time. The money is secondary.
Can you see my screen?
Yeah, I love it.
Okay, bro. So this is the fucking AI agent Ponzi scheme I'm currently in the process of building. It's fucking wild. So
I love it, man.
It's sick. And I'll send you a load of stuff over that help with what you're doing. So I'll give you one hack for the audience as well, which is really helpful. If you get Claude to interview in detail and use Whisper AI to answer, to then just go through as much as possible. Like, I got to interview him as if it was like Alex Hormozy about my business for like an hour. Like probably like 3-4 hours in of just like answering questions, going back and forth, to build this massive knowledge base in terms of like how I think. That, and then connecting it to Zoom and Otter AI for all of like the last 2 years of transcripts of me talking. The knowledge base you can build into these things is fucking wild. So I'm like super. I'm going to bed at like 11 p.m. like coding AI agents, and I'm just sleeping thinking about AI agents. Do you know what I mean? It's wild.
It's so addicting, man. It's so sick. What we've done too is like I've basically taken because we have all of our products, all of our courses in Kajabi, and I just had every single video that I've ever recorded for our clients transcribed and fed it into an AI database on Claude. And what I've done is we've built an AI interface for our clients. So now they have the Max AI, and they can ask it anything, because like my entire knowledge is in there. So 24 replies 24/7 within 30 seconds. Doesn't matter if it's Christmas or New Year's Eve or freaking World War III. That AI is going to tell you exactly anything you need to know about going viral, build a personal brand, scale your business, charge money, et cetera, et cetera. And it even gives you the timestamps of the Kajabi video and the link exactly if you want to look at it yourself. So, and my coaches are like, damn, like, why do people still need us? But to be fair, at least our clients, they still want to talk to a human. They still want to be on Zoom, et cetera. So, of course, we're still going to have our human coaches in there, but it just makes the client experience so much easier because they can just self-study the hell out of it if they want to.
Well, also, what we found, we built something called Charlie AI in Slack so people can ask questions. There's like, they also don't feel like taking the piss if they want to ask like 1,000 questions. Like, there's like no limit, right? Whereas like, if I was your client and I asked you 50 questions a day, you'd be like, as a client, you'd almost, like, some people don't, like, but a normal person would be like, yeah, this is probably getting a bit much at this point.
Yeah.
So I think that's wild. How do you see that affecting the advancement in terms of AI with the info and the digital marketing space?
Well, what I see is that this whole idea of just selling a course is going to go it's going to go down. It's going to be very, very difficult to sell a simple course. Why? because the information itself, people can get it just by asking ChatGPT or Claude, right? And they don't have to sift through a YouTube video anymore. So the information is being packaged nicer, better, and faster already. So if you're a business owner that has a course, what I would do is I would change the course into an experience for the client, because for that, people are still going to pay money. What does it mean to have an experience? Well, first of all, I would make everything one-on-one. This isn't super new. You know, a couple of years ago, everybody stopped doing group coaching and they started adding one-on-one aspects to it. You kind of scale the unscalable. So, you know, we've had to hire like a ton of extra coaches, quality control them, handpick them, train them. So our clients actually have a one-on-one coach where they can be on a Zoom call every week or whatever they prefer. That's part of the experience. The other part of the experience is that you give your clients an interface or a software that goes with it that is specifically designed for your clients inside your course, right? So what we have is we have an AI interface where they can chat with my AI self. They can get scripts reviewed. They can get their videos edited. They just copy paste the videos in it. They can get their viral content ideas. They can get their viral scripts. They tell it the niche once, and then the program, the AI learns about your niche. You just click a button, you get content ideas, you have everything there. Now, we used to have it in all kinds of different tools, so people would have to be a little bit tech savvy, but then we said, okay, let's make it super slick in one interface. People click a button, here's the scripts, click a button, here's the video edited, etc. Because we wanted to make it really seamless, kind of like iPhone level, you know, like just make it super slick. And if you combine these two things, one-on-one coaching with the software, now you're giving people an experience. And yeah, you can add on top of that, you know, things like masterminds where they can get to meet you in person, bonus structures, etc. You gamify it. Now you have a simple experience, and AI is the main facilitator of that. Because without AI, it would just cost you too much time, cost you too much money, and you wouldn't be able to deliver at such rate. So I think that's what AI is going to do. It's just going to make it better for the client, as long as the owner who delivers to the clients actually cares about delivery.
Yeah, the other thing I see happening is like we have our top tier model like program now is gone for more for like a kind of a done for you thing, where almost people want to pay us for the execution on running ads, scripting ads, building funnels, VSLs, because either they don't want to learn or they don't have the time. So they'd rather, but they've got money, so they'd rather just pay us, and then it's easier for us to have a high level team who can then add AI that can just execute super fast.
Exactly. That's also a thing that we added, the done for you aspect. We called it an 80% done for you system. We just tried, like, even for our lowest regular high ticket offer, we try to do as much as we can for the person. And just to get back to the whole AI idea, one of my business partners in a different venture, what he does is he just implements AI ads for his own clients. And like, if you have a boutique agency that does things with AI or sets up AI systems within companies, so much freaking money in there. And I thought about it too when I started dicking around with Claude. I'm like, do I really want to get into that? I'm kind of busy with all the other things. Why don't I just pay some kid, whatever, $5K to just come in and build all my AI systems? And if you're like a tech nerd and you love that stuff, like I would just charge 10, 20K and would just target companies with 20 to 100 employees and say, hey, I'll build all your AI systems in it. I think that would be pretty interesting. It's like, just like you said, it's like, I heard someone say this, it's like this whole AI implementation software is like Bitcoin back in whatever, 2013 or whatever it was.
Yes, it's the biggest opportunity. But also, my brain's kind of like wrapping around this in multiple ways. Two, from my own personal perspective, I had a call with a friend who's also got an AI agent Ponzi scheme running his entire business now, who I got the idea from in terms of what we're building. And after I spoke to him, I was like, dude, I feel like I'm going to be like Tony Stark and Iron Man, where I can just have this screen and be like, I can just come up with those ideas and it'll just go and do it all for me. So I think if you're naturally someone with a lot of ideas and creativity and you want to go and do a lot of stuff, you then suddenly, you can be a builder, but not necessarily the executor, which for me is like the dream scenario.
Yeah, it's like you have a bunch of minions that do everything perfectly the way you want it to.
Minions, but they can spawn minions. But I also think for anyone who's at the beginning of their journey, this is almost like the great equalizer, because the software costs fuck all to, like, it's like $20 a month. Like anyone can use it, anyone can learn it, and you can it's just up to you to have the idea and then run with it essentially.
True. Very true. The barrier of entry just gets lower and lower and lower. Like remember when we started, like when I started my first business, it was 2011, 12. Like there was no iPhone camera.
Is that the first online one then?
Yeah, that was the first one.
Right.
Well, it was offline coaching for dating advice and personal development, but I would get my clients online. But there was no YouTube was new. There was no Instagram Reels. There was no Instagram at all back then. And I would just post like written stuff on a forum and would build my reputation within this forum. And then I started making YouTube videos when YouTube became a thing. Like there was no phone that would make 4K videos for you. Like you needed to get like a handy cam, like a camcorder, and then upload that. It was terrible. It was so much hard work. And now like my grandma has a freaking phone. She could literally, there's no reasons why my grandma wouldn't be able to just start posting content on Instagram and sell a digital course, dick around with ChatGPT, make a PDF of how to be an awesome grandma. You know, just like you said, whisper flow into Claude just for an hour about all her ideas, what a good grandma is, and then just have that make a PDF, sell it for $19, and you're good to go. Like my grandma wouldn't be able to do that 10 years ago.
How old are you, Max?
I'm 35.
Okay, so I'm 36, similar age. I don't know about you, but sometimes I think that I give myself a hard time that when I was like 18, 19, I didn't have the opportunity, like in 2008, 2009. I was like, because I got clients now who are like 20 years old making like 100 grand a month. I'm like, when I was like 20, I was like doing nothing. But then, but that's why I also think for people now, like you have the opportunity if you're young to go so fast, so fast because of technology and the information available, which we necessarily didn't have then in 2008, 2009.
It's the same. Like I had Justin Waller on my podcast once, and he said something very interesting. He says, we have to stop giving our fathers a hard time if we're more successful than our dads, because they didn't have the opportunities that we have.
Fact.
And it's true. Like my dad didn't have fucking the internet to learn how to do personal development. There was no internet where he could make magical internet money with the snap of a finger. So, and I'm giving my dad a hard time because he's asking me questions. He's like, son, why don't we build a business for me as well? And I'm like, come on, dad, like go figure it out yourself. Like, here's my course, go watch it. I'll help you if you want. And I'm mad at him if he doesn't execute. But I'm like, my dad didn't have the possibilities that I have now. And so do all the young kids now. They have way more possibilities than you and I had. And also when I was 18 years old, I was just watching The Simpsons, drinking beer all day, studying to become a musician. Like I was useless. I knew nothing.
Now, if you enjoyed this clip and you're a coach, creator, or a business owner and you want help in terms of how to scale your business using ads, AI, content, marketing, a lot of things we talk about on the show, then hit the link at the top line of our description in the YouTube video. You can book on a call with us and we'll walk through the whole process, audit your business, and show you where there's huge opportunities for you to scale.